Alrighty. Is this thing working? Let me go to this and stop this music. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let's see. I got to find my chat. I got everything rearranged here so I can throw this up on the screen. So let me find my chat here. I apologize. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we're doing a day stream. They keep dropping a bunch of shit, man, with only 3 days to go. I did not expect another little teaser. So I apologize. I was going to do a video, but I was like, nah, let's just do a damn live stream. I think everybody was streaming today. Let me grab something real quick. Sorry. Wanted to mention real quick. I'll do a comment here and I'll pin it. I actually got invited to be an affiliate with HBO and the WB shop, which is where we get you all your official merch for House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, all that good stuff, all their shows. So I'm going to pin this. Let's see here. Let me do this here. Let me do this comment. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I was not prepared. Hot D merch. So they reached out to me and they're still setting everything up, but let me do that and then I'll pin that up top there. And I don't know why on stream it shows such a giant long link. It's just a short little thing as you see in the chat. Hello, everybody. Hello. We're going to go over this teaser real quick. We'll try to keep this fairly short, but I wanted to go over it. Lots of new footage here, and I just got, I think, Vagar up here on the screen. I'll roll it back here and start over. What's up, K-Dubs, Glenn Jackson, John Haymaker. Hello. Yeah, cheeky, unexpected. Exactly, Glenn. Yeah, we're trying to. Just what the hell, you know. Trying something a little different here, so let's see. Let me shrink everything here so I can see. I've got this over here on this stream, so I can see everything. All right. Let's see. Angie, hello, Angie. How are you? Yeah, James. He's working. He likely won't be on the Sunday streams because of the schedule and everything. KWs, yeah, you may want to get that going. This is going to be outstanding. I'm telling you, this show is going to be outstanding. Betrayed King, hello. What's up, Lord Kev, Mazuma, Jake from State Farm, Tim F, what's up, man? Lady Jen, hello. By the way, for you members, I just saw Lady Jen since she had joined and become a member. We have new emojis that I set up. I can't add any more until we get more channel members, but here's all the emojis. I added some House of the Dragon stuff. There, I'll just type that in the chat there, so you can get those, and you can see when you join the channel, you get the little thing beside your name and chat, and then you can use those emojis in chat, live streams, whatever. But I've added Rhaenyra, Daemon, and a dragon, and then a Targaryen sigil. But I can't. You have to add more subscribers. I think I'm stuck at like 8 or 9 right now. So the more channel members, the more emojis and stuff we can add. More, it's getting more and more like Twitch. Jessica, hello. Riddick is doing good. He is good. He's had his surgery. He's been chilling for 3 days. He's on his meds now, so he's behind me, wanting to play. He doesn't understand why I can't let him, get all rough and play. He is doing good. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. I won't go through that whole story here. Absolute nightmare all weekend out of town, and it was a horrible thing. So I got everything cleaned up around here, and Riddick to the surgeon and all that stuff. So looks like we made it. He's right here, as a matter of fact, looking up, wondering where his BONE is, which I don't have. Let's see. Crystal, how are you? T-Cut, hello. New Yorker in MA, hello from Massachusetts. Crystal Hargens, how are you? From Louisiana. Evil Villain, what's up, man? Yeah, I know, it's just odd, man. I was going to do a quick little video, but I'm not going to rush and do, you know what I mean? I'm in the middle of a bunch of shit, and I was like, let's just go live. What the hell? It's during the day. We'll see what happens. By the way, I want to mention the last video I put out yesterday. It was kind of a re-upload because the other one was put out a couple months ago, about the timeline of season 1 leading up to the Dance of Dragons. That video for some reason is not being seen at all. So if you will look at that when you get a chance, I would appreciate it. I mean, if you need to, I'm not saying just go watch it for whatever. The last video, the timeline that I put out yesterday, can a mod paste that link? I should have maybe just posted that as far as the pinned comment, but yeah, and I guess I actually got a sponsor in there as well, Atlas VPN, which I really appreciate them reaching out. And it's just, I don't know what happened. It's like with all this lead up to 3 days ago, I would think that these things would start picking up, but we should see what happens on Sunday. But yeah, check out that last video after this. All right, so let's just go through, see hello, and then we'll jump in here. What's up, TB? Leslie, how are you? Leslie, if I hear any more woke bullshit here, I will not. I know this isn't my play. We don't talk woke bullshit here. I don't like woke bullshit either. All I've ever said about House of Dragons, I don't think this is. I don't think this is a move to be woke or whatever you want to call it. I am worried about Lord of the Rings, though. Lord of the Rings is scaring the shit out of me. I don't think it's going to be Tolkien at all. I mean, the actors are making it pretty clear that it's more about modern day politics than it is Lord of the Rings. So yeah, you won't. Well, I always give my honest opinion here. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let's see. Just gonna scroll down here. I apologize if I miss anybody. Hunja, what's up, man? How are you? Becky, how are you? Prankenshire. Tim H. TB, how are you? There's Randy Suimatsu. Hello from the Netherlands. SBFG. Deshaun Tyson, what's up, man? How you doing? Thank you, man. I'm not sure what we're saying congrats for, but thank you, man. I don't know if you're talking about Riddick or whatever. What's up, Doc Holiday? There he is. I didn't know if anybody would show up during the day. I didn't know. I know some people are still at work or getting home from work or whatever. But we'll stream for a little bit. We won't keep it too long, because I could have done a 5-minute video on this, but I just wanted to let's say fuck it. Let's go live. All right, so let's jump down here. Evil Villain, thank you for joining the channel. Really appreciate that, man. I really do. Hold on 1 second here. Let me minimize that. Get that out of the way. Why is that not showing up? Hold on. There we go. Why is that? Hold on 1 second here. Whoa, what is that? What in the hell? Oh, no. Let's just remove that. Hold on a second. Okay, let me just remove that. And then we'll add that back. Sorry about that. This is all last second. Yeah. Let's see. I think it's that one. No, that's the chat. Nope. Sorry. Nope. That's what the hell. Oh, low. There we go. And then, sorry. Let me cut this off. I don't know why that just died. All right. Right before the stream, of course. I'll shrink this and get out of the way, and then we'll go over this trailer. Kind of trying to cover something. I won't be playing it. I'll actually just go through frame by frame or whatever, but I just wanted to cover some things here. So we got the chat up there. D Styles, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate it, man. Evil Villain, again, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that as well. All right, now we go. Here we go. All right, so let's jump down here. I apologize. You can give memberships now? I don't know, man. Can you? Hello, Kieran. How are you? Let's see. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're whoa, Evil Villain, dude. Thank you. He's gifting 20 channel memberships, dude. Thank you, man. This is going to pop up every time now. It's going to do one at a time. I really appreciate that, man. So mostly unstable. Got one, and I saw, and I guess 19 more. I don't know how many will pop up here. Thank you, Evil. I really, really appreciate that, dude. Really, it really helps a lot, man. That'll unlock a lot more emojis for sure. All right. So what's up, Matthew? How are you? John Haymaker. Kierland, yes, I know. This will help the UK people. I know. First time I've done this time period. Yeah, I did, Leslie. I saw Lord of the Rings was sold to a gaming company. We're going to start to see a lot more Lord of the Rings stuff coming out, games, shows, could be some comic type stuff or something. There's just going to be a lot of stuff coming now. I saw that earlier, but I didn't look into it all that much. But yeah, definitely going to see a lot more stuff. All right, so let's jump over here. And join and look at this teaser. Let me move this up out here out of the way. I'm just kind of putting some stuff under me to block a little bit of the screen, even though I don't, because they will copyright you for sure. Thank you, Evo, man. Really, really appreciate it, man. You can't just give specific, but I can just. Oh, you pick a number. I got you. So it randomly picks people. That's interesting. So I guess people will just start propping up with the little badge beside their name, and we'll know who it is. It did give one. I guess it just picked the first one. Very cool, man. Thank you so much. All right, so let's jump over here to this teaser and go through it. Very beginning here. So this is hello, Michael. How are you? Let's go through it. We'll just kind of scroll through it. So had a quick opening. This is the scene where young Rhaenyra, and it looks like, I think it's Harold Westerling. We thought it might be Kristen Cole at one point, but I believe it's Harold Westerling going through the woods here. So we've seen that before, and then we got Cyrax. I believe that was Cyrax, or this is what we had seen before. So we start with the new stuff here. Now look at this epic damn shot, man. Let me just scroll forward. This is gorgeous, man. You got King's Landing. Look how big. This is the Red Keep, right? So look how big the dragon pit is, man. Look how big this motherfucker is. I mean, it has to be, right? I was worried they'd make it like feel too small, because according to Fire and Blood, the books, like 80,000 people can fit in this thing, and Aegon, for example, his coronation takes place inside the dragon pit. But look at all these ships. I'd imagine this would be the Velaryon fleet. I don't think this is the time of war. And there's 7 dragons. I don't know if you can see these. I can't zoom here. You got one up here. You can't hardly see behind me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 dragons. So this is not going to be during the war, because it's obviously just season 1. But it looks like, it's not. I don't even know if you'd call it a show of power, but it looks like this is probably the Velaryon fleet heading towards the Red Keep for whatever occasion. It's kind of to show the fans, like, look at this. Look at the world. 170 years, 200 years before Game of Thrones, and the dragons are just everywhere. I mean, it's just completely normal to see dragons flying around. Obviously before the dragon pit was destroyed, which happens in the end of this show. So to see this big epic shot is just badass, man. So pretty cool shot there. Looks really cool. Let's go to the next one. We have Alicent here in green. I believe I am colorblind, but I believe this is green. So I apologize. So older Alicent here. This is going to be after they are now the blacks and the greens, because I think in the same shot here you have Rhaenyra. I'm not sure that it could be a completely different shot. It's hard to tell with the background. You do see some stone back here in a fireplace and a lantern, or a wall sconce, I should say. So Rhaenyra's in her black garb here. Older Rhaenyra, so she's looking badass, and I love the outfits are just outstanding, man. 2 dragons, 5 seagulls. Maybe it could be Betrayed King. I don't know. No, it's definitely some dragons. Yeah, there's so many dragons to keep up with for sure. But we'll talk about some of these in this shot, because we definitely got some. We definitely got some shots of some new ones that we have not seen yet for sure in the other teasers and trailers and all that. So anyway, Alicent and Rhaenyra, this is obviously older, so this is going to be probably the second half of the season. Again, I don't know anything in detail, but I believe the second half of the season will be like the older characters as we kind of build up towards the actual Dance of the Dragons, which will start probably at the very last episode, maybe the first first blood, so to speak. We'll see. But it's going to be really cool to see. It's a really good idea now that I'm seeing that we will see the younger versions of some of these characters, including some other ones too, by the way, but mainly centered around Rhaenyra and Alicent, and then being like BFFs, best friends, and then to see kind of a tragedy this is going to be. Tim F, I was just saying, going to be a tragedy. Tim saying, so many great dragons, I just don't want to see them all die. Spoiler alert, you know by the time we get to Game of Thrones, not saying you, Tim, obviously you know this, most people do, I think everybody does, but by the time we get to Game of Thrones, there's none left. So, unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of that, and I won't get into details on how that happens for any spoilers. I won't, I've put out some minor details and videos, and some things I've given a few spoiler warnings on, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't during this either. I'll just kind of give you my thoughts on what I think the scene is, basically. Prankish Squire, there are 2 donuts left. Don't forget to pick up your free woke vegan cookie subscription on your way out. What the hell? No woke here, man. No woke here. Evil Villain, this story will break hearts for dragon lovers. It absolutely will. It's going to be a tragedy. I don't think anybody's surprised by that, but it's going to happen. Kieran 96, not sure how I feel about the Rhaenyra actress though. Yeah, I don't care for her personally. And that was coming after the Comic-Con panel. I said that before. I won't get into all that, but as long as I'm gonna separate the actress and the character for sure. She's an activist, and that's fine. Do that on your own time, but just leave it out of the show. All right, so we have those two. We have a shot of Daemon here. This is probably the same shot on Dragonstone when he's with Rhaenyra after they're probably married and probably about to call the first Black Council and go to war. I mean, it's just a guess, obviously, but we did see the other previous shots with him and Rhaenyra standing there with, talking about Alicent essentially blocking her way. So this is going to probably be that same scene. Lady Jen, don't read The Princess and the Queen then. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What's up, my sound? How are you? Derek Adams, wish I hadn't read Fire and Blood. I could watch the season with no prior knowledge. Yeah, Derek, but the cool thing, man, is that you're going to, we are, for all of us that's read the book, we got the general, because it's written like an actual history book, then, fictional history. The cool thing is we don't know all the little details, and we'll talk about that in just a second on one of these shots. So let's continue here. Not much from there. We got another shot of the gold cloaks here. This is when Daemon takes over, probably. We saw this before in the other teaser, so they're showing some love probably to Daemon. We got a better shot of the joust here, of the tournament here. This is the one in King's Landing. This should be, I'm not sure exactly how they're doing the tournaments in this. This is still young Rhaenyra up here and young Alicent. They're not in black and green dresses. So this is not the 5-year anniversary where that happens, where they actually establish the different teams, so to speak, before the long before the war actually starts, but just where they start to separate a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how they're doing this, but this is probably what we saw in the trailer, but I don't see the Tarly banner, so I don't know. So this is obviously in King's Landing. You see the Dragon Pit up here, but we saw in the teaser there was Tarly banners, a lot of them, like they were hosting one, and I don't know what that's going to be. So we may see a couple different tournaments. I thought initially they would kind of combine some of these. But this looks outstanding. You see all the various houses. There's Tully, there's Baratheon, there's I believe, there's Stark, I believe. All the banners here. There's the Flayed Man of everybody's favorite house, obviously Targaryen and Velaryon up here. So this is definitely Daemon here. You can see the shield here and his winged helm. That armor's badass. And then this might be Kristen Cole. Can't see the shield here, but probably going to be Kristen Cole if we see anybody actually jousting, because he does lose. This kind of sets up a precedent to kind of the rivalry between Daemon and Kristen Cole around Rhaenyra. if that makes sense. I won't go into any detailed stuff there. We'll see the juice and see what's actually, they'll spill all the tea for what actually happened, because we don't really know, according to Mushroom and Septon Eustace and all the people in Fire and Blood. So, so this is probably going to be Kristen Cole. I can't really see the armor close enough to see if it matches, because he does fight him with the melee, with the Morningstar. We saw that in the other trailer, and then in the joust as well. And Damon, unfortunately, I will say this, very minor spoiler. He does lose them both, but remember, the key is that Kristen Cole becomes the personal guard, I believe, probably here, to young Rhaenyra, and then later on, he ends up on Team Green, and it kind of starts setting up the animosity between them. I do agree, Betrayed King. I don't understand why there would be any Starks down here in this tournament. Maybe they're just here. I don't know if they'll participate. They don't do knighthood, and they don't do tournaments and all that stuff, and they just don't believe in it. So maybe they're just here to be present for whatever occasion this is. I don't think they will participate. I don't think we'll see, a Lord Stark in the actual joust. So I don't think they're actually going to do anything there with that as far as them actually participating. But really cool shot here of the tournament. And you see, I think Rhaena's here. So this is very early on because, and again, not to mention with any spoilers, I believe this is Rhaena. I'm sorry, not Rhaena, Laena. I'm saying Rhaena. Rhaena's a different Daemon kid later. But Laena Velaryon here, I believe we have the shot we saw earlier with this Lannister. This might be Jason Lannister's wife. I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to see there. Couple Kingsguard, and then Viserys will be sitting in the middle there. But we do see the younger versions of Alicent there. Mazuma, will Eddie Stark drive his mobile home down? Yeah, he'll come down and hang out, but he won't participate for sure. He'll definitely bring the pull behind the fifth wheel. Hello, John William. How you doing? Musi, what's up? Musi, how are you? Yeah, they're going to be, yeah, sure, Musi. Mushroom and Septon are a couple of gossiping little biddies. They are. Mushroom for sure is exaggerating some things, but I do think there's like a middle ground there for sure, and that's the cool stuff. We get to see all the details because we do know what happens with this whole thing if you've read the books, but and obviously even if you didn't read the books, it ends up bad for everybody in Dragons like we talked about before because we know Game of Thrones, but we don't know all the juicy details. That's what I really look forward to as well. All right, let's move on here. We got a quick shot here of Daemon right before this joust. I see. I'm assuming it's probably the same one. We're just seeing it through the shot of some fire over here. So Daemon about to take off there. Quick shot of Rhaenyra. This is her talking to her father, Viserys. Look at the scale. I mean, just look at the detail. This is what separates HBO, man, from even if Lord of the Rings looks okay, it's not going to look like this. It just hasn't so far from what I've seen. Nobody does the detail they do on this show. Look at the scaled dress here. I mean, it's just badass. Millie Alcock looks great as a young Rhaenyra as well. So she's talking to Viserys here, probably during one of the things like he has the conversation with her, as we saw earlier, about the Iron Throne is the most dangerous seat in the realm. Not even a dragon saddle is as dangerous. Becky Fab, no Mushroom haters, please. No, I love Mushroom. I love that it juices things up a little bit, telling his story. And he's always talking about his big member in Fire and Blood, so maybe we'll find out if he's lying. Randy Sumatsu, a dragon lighting up D&D would be fun. That would be fun, yeah. Becky, Mushroom ain't lying, hashtag. He probably not. I mean, probably embellishing a little bit, Becky, but I would imagine somewhere in the middle, there is some truth to what Mushroom. He's going to be right on some things for sure. My sound, Daemon's helmet. Yeah, his armor looks amazing. His helmet, and he doesn't wear the winged one in battle. I don't think we didn't see that in the War of the Stepstones, but for sure during melees to show off and make it look cooler, make himself look cooler. Daemon has a lot of lady friends, so you know what I mean. They like winged helms, I guess, and cool armor. What's up, Voodoo Darling and Nolan Saints? All right, let's move on. We have a shot here of the War for the Stepstones. Again, the reason we know these shots here, there's Corlys Velaryon stabbing somebody. He's going down on somebody here with the sword. We know that this is the War for the Stepstones because we're not going to see like the civil war between Targaryen factions the blacks and the greens during season 1. We just know this is all going to be the setup. And again, the video I put out yesterday will give you that in complete timeline. I have a little graphic thing on there as well throughout the video that gives you the timeline of season 1, essentially what we're going to see without any spoiler, major spoilers or anything. So we know any of these battle scenes are going to be against the Triarchy and King Crab and all those people, with Damon taking over the Stepstones. And this would be after a falling out with his brother, which happens every 6 months or so. You see Q&A, not to be ageist as I'm above 25 myself, but I am the only one liking her younger version than the older version. No, I do too. I do. I mean, I think she looks fine as the older version of Rhaenyra. I guess you're talking about Rhaenyra, but yeah, no, Millie Alcock, she fits really well. A lot of parallels to Dany for sure. They'll probably put some Easter eggs in there like that. I would imagine. Very similar in temperament and stuff like that to Dany. And if you love Dany from Game of Thrones, you'll love Rhaenyra, specifically young Rhaenyra. All right, so we got Battle for the Stepstones, Corlys. We just talked about that. We have the ending of that other shot. There's Viserys talking to Rhaenyra. So he's gonna, she's gonna be hanging around a lot. Essentially training for the Iron Throne, hanging out at the council meetings and being his personal cupbearer. So he's in court all the time. And that's not to shame his own daughter, like, be my cupbearer. It's to keep her around, and so she can pick up things, and she listens to all the conversations with other lords and the small council. So this is going to be you're going to see a lot of mentorship, is what I'm saying, from Viserys. The cool thing they're going to add to Viserys from this not in the books is the magic-y. Yes, I said magic-y. As you know, if you're new here, that's a word around here. Magic-y aspect. So I did a separate video on this. You can go find it. Aegon knew just a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, two, whatever. That was kind of a re-upload from years ago. This has been a long-standing theory. So this is one of the things we can get into with theory crafting in this show, because we kind of know what happens. It's not like Game of Thrones where we don't know the ending and all that stuff when we were watching it. Viserys is likely carrying a secret from Aegon the Conqueror, and there's some knowledge of this long night to come. They don't know the details. Probably we'll see how much he knows. But it seems to be he's going to be a prophetic in his dreams. So Viserys is going to be a lot more of an interesting character in this show than he is in the books, and George R. R. Martin said that himself, that they did him better in this show than he wrote himself. So I really look forward to seeing this. Remember, he has not ridden a dragon since he picked the Black Dread, Balerion, when he was younger, but Balerion was already old. He flew on him one time, a couple laps or whatever, and he never rode a dragon again. This is the only Targaryen king of the time that was not a current dragon rider. So he did have a dragon, but he only rode him once. So I think instead of being like, dragon rider, whatever, he does carry dark, not Dark Sister, but the others, Valyrian Steel Sword, Blackfire. I think it's going to be cool to add the magic aspect of maybe he's got some prophetic dreams or something to kind of offset the whole I'm not a dragon rider thing. Panos, hello, how are you? Well, the biggest part of the first season will be the younger actors, etc. Will be just some flashbacks. Do we know anything about that? We don't know specifically, but what we're thinking, Panos, is that the first I'm just guessing 5 or 6 episodes will be the young versions of everybody as they build up towards, and then we'll see that first shot of the older characters probably the latter half of the season. So I don't think it's going to be flashbacks. We're going to see full episodes with the younger versions and set up everything, and then we'll have a time jump, because not a lot happens in between a lot of these years until the dance actually starts. So I think we'll see about half the season the younger characters and half the season the older versions. So they'll have plenty of screen time, 5 or 6 hours before we jump to the older versions, I believe. Just my guess. I don't think they're going to go flashback style where we see like the same older and younger version in the same episode. We may see that one time, like if for example, if it's episode 5 or 6 where they jump up to the kind of modern day, we may see something like that where we see an older or younger version kind of morph into the older version of Rhaenyra, for example. That may happen, but other than that, it'll be separate, I believe. Ryan Faulkner, yeah, I do too, man. Maybe that Jon Snow thing will happen and they can fix some things. That's the only thing we can hope for with the Jon Snow series possibly coming to TV, but it'll be a few years. All right, so let's keep moving. So we got more of the same here we did see before. So we got Damon killing some Triarchy people, War for the Stepstones. You're going to see how badass Damon is. Same thing here. The cool thing here, though, is we get to see, before we jump over here, we get to see Caraxes back here. I believe this is Caraxes. We got the long neck. You can't really see any color, obviously, but burning stuff. So you're going to see dragon action here, fire and blood, raining down on the Triarchy. They can't deal with dragons, obviously. Ungalent, how are you? A crazy middle of the day surprise live. Yeah, I know. It is crazy. I just decided to go live instead of like making a little short video, man. So we are here just going over this little teaser they dropped. I didn't expect another teaser. John Haymaker, yeah, but seriously, he did test drive Balerion, but he was already old and slow, so I don't. It's odd. We'll find out why. What's up, Jon Snow? How you doing, man? Yes, I am hyped. 3 days, man. 3 days. What's up, Meg? How are you, Meg? Let me scroll down. Meg Paul. More impressed by Lena, definitely. Yeah, we'll get to see a little bit of Lena again without spoilers. I won't go into all that, but we'll see some Lena and Lenore for sure early on in the first 4 or 5 episodes. Again, I'm guessing. We may see Lena here actually in this teaser. We'll get to that. Yeah, no, I do. I don't love editing Meg Paul. I do to some degree, but it depends on the video. But yeah, I don't love it. Maybe I'll just become a live channel. I don't know. All right, so we got more War of the Stepstones, but we got some dragon action. So that looks like to be Caraxes. The way I can for any people here, just because there's going to be a lot of dragons, Caraxes is going to be. He's called the Bloodworm. Obviously, he's going to be colored red and black and all that stuff, but that's why he gets the Bloodworm nickname. But he is elongated and he has small wings on his legs. So he's a lot different from other dragons. They are all different in some way, some little varying degrees. Most of them are very similar, obviously. But you will notice him immediately if you see small wings on his legs. And there's another shot of that here in a few minutes I'll show you. So it's going to be hard at first. I can't even tell which dragon's which and all these things. It's, of course, hard for me to see color. But when you just see a dragon in the distance, they all look the same. But there's a lot. Nata, hello. Welcome. Well. All right, so we got more War of the Stepstones. This has to be Vhagar. I mean, it has to be, right? You got look how big, and let's look at this to see. Excuse me. This is probably you see almost a beard on him, and look how big. So this is probably the dragon mount on top of Dragonstone. And if you look at this building right here, there's a little building like a keep or something. You can see the corners of another one right here. I wish I could zoom this, but if you look at that being the size of, let's say, a small, like a wall of a castle or a keep or whatever, look how fucking big he is. Like Drogon, you saw was big, but this is Vhagar. So Lena rides Vhagar before Aemond. So we're going to maybe see Lena ride Vhagar. Maybe she's on, I don't see a saddle right here or anything, but I can't imagine this not being Vhagar by the color and the size. This has to be Vhagar. This is the second biggest dragon next to Balerion, the Black Dread, who is probably dead at this point, obviously. And he is going to be a formidable beast, to say the least. What's up, Urtach, man? Hey, Urtach, by the way, dude, congratulations. Urtach in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He did the artwork. Shout out to Urtach. She did the artwork in my book, The Crimson Gods. She did the artwork that made it look outstanding. And I have all his artwork on my walls here. But he is in the new book coming out. I can officially say this. I know I've had to keep it secret a while, Urtach, but you've already announced, and I did on other social media as well. Urtach, tell them what book you're going to be published in, what you already are, I guess, but it comes out, I believe, this fall, correct? The new coffee table art book commissioned by George R.R. Martin himself. Urtach, man, I'm so proud of you, dude. Longtime friend of the channel and in this community. He's done some outstanding artwork for Game of Thrones. He drew me as a white years ago, and all of some other YouTuber friends. But Urtach, dude, man, I'm so proud that you got. He's made it big time, dude. He's going to be in the new book that's I pre-ordered. End of October it comes out. What? I'm sorry. What's the? Let me see. Actually, it's on Amazon, right? It's on Amazon. Urtach. I'm sorry. Let me pull up. Let me move this over here. Let me see. What's the title? What are they calling it? I'm gonna find my orders here. No, I believe I had pre-ordered it here. Correct? Urtach. Did I told you when I pre-ordered it? I'm pretty sure. Yes. So. Yeah, Meg. Yeah. So Urtach. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Rise of the Dragon. There's my pre-order. So I guess we'll get it October. Rise of the Dragon. Urtach is. I think Urtach has the cover. Not only the cover, but I believe Urtach. I believe you said like 20 or so in the book. So, Urtach is so good, even in comparison to all these other great artists that's going to be in this book. 180 artworks, you're saying. 37 artists from around the globe. Talented as fuck, he said, but Urtach got the cover. Got the cover, man. That is so cool. Man, it's just so cool to know the dude that's going to be so huge, and he'll be drawing for them for years and other things. But he's got artwork in my book. You know what I mean? My little book is you know, I've shown you guys this a million times. And thank you guys, by the way, for leaving all the Amazon reviews. They're starting to come in. We got like 103 now. But like, this is Urtach's artwork here in the prologue, where it starts. I've got beautiful color versions of all these. Obviously, these are black and white for the book. But every 13 chapters he did artwork. There is Amari, my character Amari, that Urtach did. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this in front of the camera. And then we have Cyric next over here. There's Cyric. I don't know if you can see that well, but to have the dude, and then we have Shea, our main character, back here with her bow, and Urtach did all this stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to turn that right. But he made the Crimson Gods look beautiful inside. So thank you so much, man. 20 more pieces in the book. So we have a famous artist in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I was damn lucky to work with the best authors. I hope people enjoyed it, man. I hope you've enjoyed it. I don't know if you had a chance to read it yet. I know you're busy as hell because you're actually working for George R. R. Martin. That's really cool, man. So thanks for stopping by, Urtach, man. Good to see you in here, man. I know I don't stream during the day, but cool. We're getting some of our people from across the pond. So yeah, this has to be Vhagar. So we may get to see Lena ride Vhagar again. No spoilers, but for a short time later on, we'll see Aemond Targaryen claim Vhagar. Ungoliant, you actually have a copy of your book near you today. You're sure the stream was... No, I had one laying over here from because I moved some stuff over here to this little shelf behind me, so I had one laying there, so I was able to pick it up. But I didn't play. I also have Quinn's book, by the way. Again, shout out to Quinn. Ideas of Ice and Fire, or used to be Ideas of Ice and Fire, but now Quinn's Ideas. His book, Tadia, graphic novel, his first book. I had pre-ordered it. Thank you, Quinn, for the autograph there. Appreciate it, man. Really good book, man. Really good graphic novel. If you're into comics, graphic novels, this is fantasy, dark fantasy, both of these. So I had Quinn's book laying there, too. Really cool to see YouTuber friends kind of go out beyond YouTube and do actual books and things like that. So I have Quinn's there. So check that out as well. I believe you can get that on Quinn's website. So I don't think you can order it on Amazon or anything. Stefan, what's up, man? Of all the unabashed boning the Crimson God, Chris got no shame in his game. No. There was a little bit. You know, we had to set up a couple things. There was a little bit of sexual chocolate in there. You know what I'm saying? Sexual chocolate, everybody. Sexual chocolate. Jimmy Bones, thank you, man, for the super chat for old time's sake. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate the super chat, man. Really do. All the channel memberships, man, super chats helps a lot. It really does. I really appreciate all of the people subscribing. All right, so we got Vagar. Let's move on. 2 dragons here. It's hard to see who this is. Again, this is what I was saying earlier. This does not look like I'm colorblind as hell, so if y'all see this better than me, go ahead and tell me. But this is definitely not, I don't think, Caraxes here, because you don't see the wings on his legs, if you can see my mouse there. Excuse me. But I believe this may be, I think there's a high potential here that this is probably Melee's. So this would be Rhaenys over here. And this may be actually Laenor on Sea Smoke. So that would be mother and son riding together. So it's not going to be all Caraxes and Syrax with those two. Rhaenys we're going to see on a dragon some, and then again we're going to see Laenor and Laena probably for at least a few episodes. So it seems to be that's by their copper looking color here, red and Melee's as well, called the Red Queen. I believe this is going to be, I could be completely wrong, but I believe Melee's and maybe Sea Smoke right here, but it's hard to see. They're kind of blurs. You can kind of see the color in here a little bit, so definitely not Caraxes with the wings on the legs, because he's a lot longer. He's like a elongated kind of looking dragon, so he has these back leg wings. But we'll see that here in a second. So OBX arms, the dragons are not non-binary. That's kind of a myth thing that they can switch sexes. No, there are she dragons and regular dragons. They lay eggs, so that is kind of a myth there. Yeah, this is going to be outstanding, Meg Paul. It looks. Now, Musi, we'll see Sunfire in a minute. We will see Sunfire for sure. I can tell you by the size and the color. Technically, they're not, Meg Paul. That's actually not true. They're not really agender. That was the thing about the Maesters not being sure. Vagar, for example, they're clearly called a she dragon. It's not. They don't really know that's. I think that was a misconception. Jack Q, I believe. Will there be a Jon Snow type character? No. They're all pretty great characters. They're not going to be like any heroes, but I think Daemon will definitely be the main character in the sense of if you had to pick a main character, it's really about the relationship between Rhaenyra and Alicent, but Daemon would be your main character. He does some good things, but he does some bad things. So, you know what I'm saying. Let's see. The budget is showing out. It is evil villain for sure. It's 100%. We're going to see a lot of dragons. So I believe, again, I could be wrong. I am colorblind as hell, as you guys know, but I believe this will probably we'll get some relationship between Rhaenys as well. She has a part to play. She may actually take place in the Battle of the Stepstones because her husband's involved. So although it doesn't say that specifically in the books, she may she is a badass dragon rider too, like most of these characters are. So I believe this may be Sea Smoke and Melee's. All right, let's move on. We got the table here. This will be the Black Council, or at least one of them. I don't know if it's the first meeting or whatever. You see, obviously, Rhaenyra here. This will be later in the season. I believe this is Daemon from behind. Obviously, you just see the hair, but you can't tell. We have a couple Kingsguard, and remember, a couple of these guys left. What happened was they had all sworn, fealty to Rhaenyra before she became when she was named heir, and 5 Kingsguard stayed with Aegon. Excuse me. Hello, Yvette. How are you? Welcome into the day stream. But a couple of these guys took off in the Veil of Night during the Hour of the Wolf, so to speak, and headed over to Dragonstone after they crowned Aegon II. And joined up with Rhaenyra and became her Queensguard. So this is going to be obviously when they're beginning. This is probably the end of the season when they're starting to plan things. And before any battles take place or whatever, they'll send off some people. They'll send off people to her children specifically. And again, no spoilers, no details, but to start kind of getting support from various lords across the realm. So I'd imagine this is probably one of those first council meetings. Raheem G, what's up, Raheem? Agreed. See smoke and melee. Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see some of that relationship building as well. But we will see, obviously, a lot of Caraxes because the major war, the war that takes place during this first season will be the war for the Stepstones. So maybe we see melees a little bit in the battle, too. Maybe for the show, they'll have Rhaenys take part or even Rhaenyra potentially, at least swooping by and burning some shit down. And people, by the way. So Black Council on Dragonstone, obviously, with the table. I love the table with the candlelight through it and all that. Somebody was saying earlier, I don't know if it was a video or a comment that the Game of Thrones intro was kind of the things rising up, and it was all the mechanical, I don't know what you would call it, steampunk looking map of the place of Westeros. Maybe the table will be used in the intro for this, like scrolling through the table. That'd be cool. Randy, over 130 here. Hit like, please. Yes, please. I'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it, man. Hit subscribe. That would be really, really cool. All right, so we got that. Let's move on to next. We got a shot here. This is, again, probably the same shot we just saw here. It looks like there's a couple dragons up here. I can't really see them. Some dots. But you can see now the seahorse of House Velaryon. So this is probably the same shot of them heading to King's Landing that we saw earlier from the front. So we'll, this is probably just that. And it's again, this would be, you would think during wartime, a show of power, but this again before the war happens. So again, unless they're like going to King's Landing before they head over to the Stepstones or something like that, there's it's really to show the audience just how powerful the House Velaryon is, being the master of ships, Lord Admiral. For some of the time, he does leave for a while. I won't say why. We'll just avoid any spoilers. Penos, are Daemon and Rhaenyra enemies? No, they're not enemies. They are very close their entire lives, and eventually they are married. Yeah. I won't get into how that happens because that may be some tea to be spilled, as they say. John Snobby pausing every minute. We see Driftmark to look for any artifacts that Corlys got. Yeah, because that's what we saw. We'll get a shot of that actually in a second too. That's going to be cool to see. I know, yeah, exactly. Betray King. Every shot you're going to be looking. Oh, that's it's just cool. Actually, there's two more dots over here. I don't know. Maybe it's just that could be water. Could be water over here on the camera. You know how they splash the camera. All right, so we got a little shout out here. This is the drummer boys here from the tournament, I'm assuming. But, I think a little Easter egg here, if you notice, for non-book readers, you have a black dragon on a red field. And again, this doesn't mean anything in this context. They're beating on these drums. I'm trying to get back to it. Sorry, this is the drummer boys here. There's their little Targaryen drums with the four legs. But shout out to the Blackfire Rebellions and House Blackfire, who's formed later from some great bastards or bastards of Aegon V Targaryen. This happens a lot later. We'll get to see that stuff if they ever do the Dunk and Egg stories. But a little nod here, I think. A little nod here to the Blackfires that are not yet in existence. Probably, I'm just assuming, because otherwise why have the black on red? So without getting into that whole story, eventually some people break off that are Targaryens and form their own house, and they take the same sigil, but they reverse the colors. And they become House Blackfire. So anyway, that will happen much later. They're not in existence, obviously, during this time period, but I think this is a little nod to that. So pretty cool. Just the detail of the costumes, man, it's just cool. A little nod to the Blackfire Rebellion. We see Viserys in the throne room. He's always carrying around Blackfire. This is his sword, Blackfire, by the way. This is one of the two Valyrian steel ancestral swords of House Targaryen. Of course, the other one is Dark Sister, which you should have saw in Game of Thrones in Bloodraven's cave, but we never did. But Daemon carries around Dark Sister. Probably my favorite sword, especially the name. I love the name Dark Sister. Originally carried by Visenya Targaryen during the Conquest, the War of Conquest, which I would love to see that era as well. So, Viserys in the throne room. We don't know, obviously, what this is. Maybe this is when he's making them swear fealty to Rhaenyra. We'll see. See the Kingsguard there. Here you go. Here's a shot here. This is what I was saying earlier. So this is the war for the Stepstones, right? Meg Paul Targaryens are messy as fuck. Yeah, they are. They're all crazy, man. They're all crazy. So you see the war for the Stepstones. You see over here the islands. You see the fires down here, and the people dead, the bodies, and the battles going on. But this is not Daemon that I see here. I don't see. This is not Caraxes. You see the regular kind of legs. This kind of looks like a regular standard dragon. I'm doing air quotes. Burning people here. So I'm wondering if this is Rhaenyra helping out, or maybe again Meleys, because it does look red. But this could be Rhaenys on Meleys helping out with the war, because again, her husband Corlys Velaryon is involved in this war. As we saw, he helps Daemon, and he's the one that actually crowns Daemon king of the Stepstones. But yeah, you don't see the wings here on the legs, so we just all assumed when we first saw this was Daemon burning people, because he's going to be there. Obviously, he's the one taking over. But I think they're going to have Rhaenys join in here, or maybe even Rhaenyra, young Rhaenyra, because she's a fiery little thing as well, like Dany. So I can't see the rider here. Maybe it is Caraxes, and I just don't see the wings. But I'll show you in a minute why I don't think it is. Sea Smoke, yeah, they could have some other people join in to see. We'll see what happens. But for sure, in my opinion, based off this shot, this is not Caraxes. So either way, they're going to have some other people. Again, you don't have a lot of detail in the books about the war itself, but you're going to see some other people join in, obviously. Some other dragon riders. Yeah, it could be Laena. It could be Laena for sure. But Laena rides Vhagar, and this is not Vhagar. But because they're not married yet, so I don't know why. I don't think Laena would join in, but she could, being the daughter of Corlys. But as we saw earlier, Vhagar will be much bigger. Much bigger. There you go, Ungolent. We got a Proto Blackfire. Uh-oh. Maybe a new hashtag here. But yeah, they could do Sea Smoke. They could do Sea Smoke for sure. With Laenor being involved, just, helping out. That's certainly a possibility too. Again, I just see, I'm colorblind, but I do see some red, so that's why I thought Rhaenys at first and Meleys, but we'll see for sure. Excuse me. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, it could be very well be Sea Smoke, because we said the earlier shot that was Sea Smoke with Laenor back here. So I do think this is Sea Smoke down here, and this would be Rhaenys and Meleys. So I believe that's probably a good possibility. All right, so we got some. Now this is a shot here really interesting, and this is going to be kind of. I'm not going to go into any detail here because I don't want to spoil anything. We're going to see. I believe this is Harwin Strong. Now, you can tell by his curly brown hair here, I believe this is him, but there's a fire here going on. Let me just get to a decent shot. Okay, there we go. So I believe this is Harwin Strong. And there's a fire here, and without any, again, not any spoilers, there's a reason there's a fire here that we don't really know from the books. We don't know what this fire, who caused this fire. It was supposed to be an accident. Was it just a random fire? Shit happened, obviously. Was it set on purpose, and for what motivation? So this is where I'm saying we're going to see some of the detailed stuff that we don't know from just reading books. So this is what's going to be cool about this show. If even us book readers who've read it a couple of times or whatever, we don't know all the little juicy details, and this is what we get to find out all together. So it's going to be really cool to see. So I believe that's what we're seeing here. I will say the location, because it won't really hurt anything. This is probably Harrenhal. But we're not 100% sure, but I believe that's who this is, just based off his look and his curly dark hair. Yeah, exactly, Becky. The strong seed is strong for sure. So yeah, this is what I mean about the details here. So you get this fire going. This is a small little detail in the books, but we know it was just. I won't say any more about it, but this is what I mean. There's going to be some scandalous shit happening, and for me seeing this and then putting this in here, it tells me that it's probably not an accident. Just a guess. I'm not really sold on 100%, but there's a reason they put this stuff in here. They wouldn't just show. If it wasn't that important, we wouldn't see this whole thing. Brian Armstrong, how are you? I might watch it after the series is complete and ran and out to stream with glowing reviews. Never again. I might watch it after the series is complete and out to stream with glowing reviews. Never again. Okay, so you're saying you're not going to watch like while it's happening, maybe after the whole season's complete. Well, I can respect that. I get it. I get it. But Brian, I'm telling you, man, just again, my opinion, just from what I've seen, it's going to be fucking outstanding. It's going to be a lot of fun during these live streams every week, man. So feel free to join us. Lady Jen with her monthly, by the way, yes, as a member of the channel, you get like a free super chat type thing. Lady Jen, I was going to mention this actually. Thank you for asking. Did you decide on a watch party or no? I think it'd be fun to do. What I would do if I did a watch party, and let me know if you guys are interested in that, like now, because if that's the case, I need to set up these streams. What I would do is a watch party, and I couldn't show it. Or I couldn't play it. You couldn't hear any audio. It would just be me with a timer in the corner, so everybody can be synced up. Where I click go and start the timer, and everybody's watching at the same time. And then you can chat if you want to, or I would mention a couple things, but we'd really just be watching the show together, and then we would have to jump over to a separate stream for the recap and post-show stream. So I want to try it, man. I don't know. I was surprised to see I did a poll. Actually, let me check this poll. I haven't checked it in a couple of days. Go to my channel here, community, and the poll says that it actually dropped a little bit. 77% of people with 337 votes said let's do it as far as the watch party. 23% said hell no, we stream after anyway. So interesting. So most people still want it, but I was surprised honestly to see 23% said no, we don't want to see a watch party. So we may try it. If that's the case, what I would do is, again, I would do a separate stream, and then we'll just jump right over to the post stream, so I could that way take the watch party and probably, unlist it or whatever. Or I could leave it. Either way, this gives me the option. That way we can go the post show stream. The vote was hacked. It might have been. No, I mean, I get it. Some people, you don't want to sit there and be focusing on, because, it won't be a lot of interaction during the show. We'll be watching it together is essentially what it is. And you'll just see, I don't know why, but a lot of people enjoy these. They did for Star Wars and some of the shows for other channels. But some people seem to enjoy it, where at least you're watching together, even though there's not a lot of, I'd be talking a little bit, but I wouldn't be like reading chat messages all the time. I'd maybe see one here and there. But I'll go back and watch it again anyway to take notes for my detailed breakdown video. So I think I'll try it. I think we'll try it. We'll do a watch party, and then I'll just have a separate stream to jump over to with a link and everything to do the post show. Nat, I was part of the 33%. I'm sure you were, Nat. You're always voting no for everything. Yeah, it was only 22%, Nat. 22. Don't try to exaggerate it. It was 23% who said no. 77% said yes to the watch party. So let me know if you want to do that. We'll try it. Again, it would be Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock here, 9 to 10, whatever, and then it would jump over to a different stream. We could do it all at once, but it at least gives me the option if I want to, if I want to maybe make that private or something. Maybe just leave it for channel members or something like that. I'm gonna start adding some more stuff for channel members, so maybe something like that. So, Leslie, thank you. Have a good one. Love you back. We will see you Sunday. We're getting close. 3 more sleeps? And we're there. I know Nat, she's just she tries to sabotage everything. Saboteur over here. All right, let's jump back in. Yeah, no, this is Stephen right. Yeah, this show will, I'll just say it one more time because I know people still have concerns, which, look, I think the whole thing with Corliss is a great decision for TV. I think it makes sense. Doesn't affect anything. I don't think they did it for woke reasons. This show will not be woke. George R. R. Martin's directly involved. They're respecting the source material. Ryan Condal. Lord of the Rings, like you're saying, Stefan, is probably going to be trash. And I hate that because I really want to like the show. If they just wouldn't call it Lord of the Rings, it'd be perfectly fine. But we'll check it out for sure. All right. Moving on, we got, now this is what I was saying. All right, so we got this shot here. I love this shot. Let me move it out here. Okay. This, first of all, let's talk about the ship. We got the ship, Targaryen, obviously. I love this. Look at this ram, this dragon. It reminds you of Dany's ship, right? Look at this fucking claw down here. This is like, not only can you ram other ships, you can flip the motherfucker. I mean, I don't know. What is this? This big claw out front. I mean, that's going to sink a ship. It's going to ram it, poke holes in it. It's a giant dragon claw before this even hits anything. And it could flip it over, sink it, whatever. That's pretty cool. This is what I want to say really quick, though. This is Caraxes. You see his legs. You see his legs here, there. And then the membrane here. So he's got these leg wings. And that's what I'm saying, that previous shot on the War of the Stepstones was not Caraxes. We just assumed it was early on because Damon and Corlys pretty much do this in the books alone. It doesn't really say we have other people. But obviously we do. Whether it's Sea Smoke or Melees or whatever. This is how you're going to be able to easily spot Caraxes. He's got a longer body. It's kind of a long worm, like his main body, a thin little, I don't know what you call it, waist, and then torso, and then his legs have wing membranes between his legs and the tail. So he's got back wings, which is really cool. That's how you know. So this is why I know the other shots are not Caraxes. I did say membrane, Mazuma. Leslie, I'm not sure who's saying woke stuff. I don't know what's going on. Why are we having a conversation about woke stuff? Who's saying? Leslie, let me know who you're talking about. I don't see any comments that are saying. Are you talking about just talking about it? I don't know. Because woke doesn't mean female. I don't know what. I don't know the context of what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. Because I've certainly said nothing about any. This whole story is about two females. This is what the story is about. So, if people have this idea that it's a woke show, that's literally the story. Is about two women who are best friends. There's a precedent set about women ruling the Seven Kingdoms, and that's what the whole show is about. I mean, that's so for somebody to say it's woke is based off that is ridiculous. I don't know what's happening here with the context. I don't know. Master Seth, thank you so much, man, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. For the 2, thank you. Pretty hyped, and I'm not sure why. Thanks, Chris. Man, this is gonna be good, dude. That's why. Because it's gonna be good. That's why. The dragon head is called a header. Claw is actually the ram. Okay, so yeah, it's hard to tell, I guess, from this angle, but I'm assuming this ram is out further than the header is what I was saying. Yeah, so that's what I thought, Donnie. Thank you. I got wings below my membranes. Oh Lord. Okay, Raheem, just some haters. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing any. I don't see any negative comments, so I just don't know what. I don't want any bullshit in here. Is all I'm saying. I just don't know what's happening. I don't see any. Maybe maybe a mod grabbed something. I don't know. All right, so let's. So anyway, that's how you know. That's how you know this is the Bloodworm. This Sunday. Here we go. We got some Charky guys, some Charky archers. You can obviously tell by their attire. This is more Essos style attire. So this is going to be the Triarchy from the 3 cities, which will be later known as the 3 sisters. Little side note there. And you can tell this is the war for the Stepstones. Again, this is going to be the only real battle we see for season 1. So we got a couple of shots of these guys. And then here we go again with the same shot here. This is the archers that are getting burned. And again, you don't see the leg membrane. So I can't tell by the blur. Obviously, this is a kind of an action shot here. Trying to see, but you can see here, this is the shorter body and no leg membrane. So this is not Caraxi. So it's either Melees or Sea Smoke. Somebody's helping out with this war. And that it did not mention in the books, to my knowledge. Marley Mao, this show is going to be amazing. If you read the book, you'll know. Yes, it's going to be outstanding, man. Yeah, we were saying that earlier. Probably Sea Smoke. Again, I'm colorblind. It's hard for me to tell, but I thought I saw more red on the other shot. But it very well could be. Lenore would certainly be there, certainly with his father. Maybe we see Vagar with Lena. That would be cool, because we know some shit goes down later. Again, no spoilers, but I would like to see Lena on Vagar before we see, like, later on Aemon take Vagar. That would be cool. So maybe they're leaving that out, but it looks like the Velaryons, at least if not Rhaenys and Melees, will help with this war. Leslie, I'm tired of the MCU stuff. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not sure who mentioned the MCU. I've heard that term, but I haven't. I haven't seen any comments about the MCU. Yeah, we're just not talking politics. I'm happy to answer questions or give my opinion on some things as far as what people, because there are some legitimate concerns about stuff as far as like Lord of the Rings or whatever. I'm happy to talk about it, but I don't dwell on politics here and all this stuff. Everybody's so divided. The whole point of me doing this channel and live streams and YouTube in general and these shows is to not talk about modern day politics, is not talk about I don't give a shit who you're voted for. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. Everybody's welcome here. All opinions are welcome here, by the way. But we're not going to dwell on political stuff. This show is not going to be any, like, quote, woke trash. You know what I mean? Lord of the Rings, whole different subject. Won't even get into that here. But, and we're not talking Marvel either. But anyway. Yeah, Vagar is going to be outstanding. Felicia, make sure to join the Citadel of Trivia tomorrow night for House of the Dragon Trivia. Oh, okay. Citadel of Trivia. Join tomorrow night. Felicia, what channel? What channel? Tell us the channel. Let them know. Blub, what's up, Blub? What? We're here. Yeah, we are. Exactly. I don't mind addressing some concerns, because there's legitimate concerns on some of these shows, but and so I don't mind giving my opinion on it. I've talked about it in several other live streams. There are concerns on some of these things, but not here. Not in House of the Dragon. I just don't see it. I think it's a great TV move as far as the Velaryons go for this, at least this generation of Velaryons. It makes sense to for marketing. It makes sense for people to understand who's who. When you have a lot of Valyrian features on everybody and they all look the same. So I don't think in this case it's some woke thing. But again, on the sheer basis of changing source material, I do understand some criticism. And I think you can fairly criticize things like that without being like a racist or whatever. I do think they're not mutually exclusive. So anyway, but that's what I've said about it. My personal opinion, I think it's not going to be that thing. Again, Lord of the Rings, different story, but we'll talk about that later. All right, so here we go. So let's maybe see Smoke, maybe Rhaenys. Here, somebody's asking about good characters. It's like a Jon Snow character. I was saying Daemon, kind of the main character. Daemon is choking out somebody here. Looks like he's taking down somebody out here. Now, this is probably Driftmark. We saw these are the skulls back here with the hats on, the pointy hats. So we didn't know in that initial trailer if this was King's Landing or Dragonstone or if this was some Targaryen thing. But I think we found out since then with the architecture. This is Driftmark, and you see the tall, pointy hats and the skulls. So it looks like the Valarians have some kind of I don't know, ritual. Not I wouldn't say a ritual place like an altar or something, but something to recognize their ancestors. They're being sailors and seafarers. So these are old Valarians, I suppose. So we will get some more detail. We're going to explore Driftmark in this show that we don't see in the books. So that's going to be cool. I don't know who this is. This is not a Valarian, other maybe a bastard. There are some bastards running around all these islands, of course. We'll see some of those later as well that become that are dragon seeds. So we'll get into that in probably a season 2 at least. Ari Fan Geek, me, what's my favorite dragon movie? Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is my all-time favorite dragon movie. It's just a classic. It looks really good for the time it was made. But this is a whole different thing here. So I can't compare like a movie to like this show. You know what I mean? But yeah, my all-time favorite dragon movie, I love Dragon Slayer. It's a classic old like 70s movie. No, early 80s, right? I can't remember the year it came out, but it looks really good. You wouldn't think it would for like an older movie with, but it looks really good for the time it was made. Dragon Slayer is outstanding, classic dragon movie, man. So I don't know who this dude is. You can see he doesn't have Valyrian style hair like you would see with Laena, Laenor, Corlys, whatever. So maybe this is a Valarian bastard. I don't think it's like Carl Corey or anything. That happens differently. Could be, because there is some, again, without spoilers, there's some questions on how a few people die. Is it just, is it as it was said in the books, or did Daemon have something to do with a couple things? Again, there's some deaths that happen, again, without spoilers, there's some deaths that happen that are questionable on, was it just like an accident? Was it just two guys fighting? Or was there more behind it? And we're probably going to find out a little bit of both on that. So we see Daemon taking somebody out here. I don't think he's just like putting them to sleep. You see he's got the choke hold, but he's covering his mouth saying, shh. So he's got a sleeper hold on somebody here. But again, it's hard to tell who this is. But again, it does look like it's on Driftmark, so we will see. One option that I guess it could be, but they'd have to change it. So I don't think it's this. Is later on, Daemon wants to marry Laena Velaryon, and she's already betrothed. We got a adult dating site. Somebody could grab that. I don't know why Nightbot's not spitting out. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it, man. Nightbot's supposed to be in here. I don't know why he's not doing his job. Anyway, so there's a dude betrothed to Laena and from Essos, and Daemon just takes him out in a duel. So he just challenges him and kills him with Dark Sister, and then marries Laena. But this would not be that, I don't think. That's the only other option I can think if they would happen to change that for some reason, but I don't know why they would. So I don't really know who this is, but he's taking somebody out, and he's always got a reason for doing it. So, all right, next we have this, Musey, you mentioned this earlier. This is, I'm 90% sure this is Sunfire. You see the size of Sunfire here. You see the gold. I can even see the gold here, kind of a gleam to him, like a metallic look in the body here, the eyes. You see the size of the two dragon keepers here. You see there how small. So you can see how small this dragon is. This will be Sunfire. This is when Aegon II, probably takes Sunfire to be his dragon. So this is a younger Sunfire here. We'll see a bigger version as time passes, I'm sure, of all these dragons. I know, Doc, of course, Nightbot misses that, but God forbid someone uses too many capital letters, exactly. Q Seaton, I'm excited for the Willow series in November. It was one of my favorite shows as a kid. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I loved Willow too, man. I haven't thought about the show. Michael Mertig, how are you? I do not know the books that well. Any more info or backstory on the Night King and Children of the Forest? We will apparently hear something about, I don't know if they'll say the word Night King. I don't think they would. I don't see or even White Walkers. That we'll probably hear something about Viserys having some prophetic dreams, and he may have the knowledge of Aegon the Conqueror, his ancestor, who may have united the Seven Kingdoms because of the upcoming long night that he heard about through prophecy. So we may get some of that, but other than that, I don't know. We could possibly see Adam Velaryon later on in the end of the show as the dance takes place. We were talking about Sea Smoke earlier. That's going to be a cool thing because later on, Adam Velaryon takes Sea Smoke, and he is, I won't go into all the stuff that he does, other than to say, you've heard me say years ago during Game of Thrones, we were talking about Howland Reed and the Isle of Faces and the God's Eye. Fun fact, Sea Smoke is written by Laenor at first, like we talked about before in some of the shots. It's probably Sea Smoke. Later on, Adam Velaryon gets Sea Smoke, and he goes to the Isle of Faces. So we may see that he does to get some wisdom. We don't know what that means. So we could see children. We could see the caves below Dragonstone, like we saw in Game of Thrones. That would already be there because they're already going at this point from the south. So obviously we'll probably see some references to that, but I don't know how much direct stuff we'll get. But we'll get some references for sure. 81, I thought so. Dragon Slayer, early 80s. What I said. QC 1981. Yeah, and it actually looks really good, man. But yes, anyway, this is I'm pretty damn sure this is Sunfire. So this is probably when Aegon II, this would be Alicent's son, gets Sunfire. But you can see by the color and the size. These are two dragon keepers. Looks like maybe bringing him in. Maybe this is the dragon pit. And you can see they're just as tall as the dragon. He's still fairly small here. So he'll have to grow up a little bit before somebody hops on his back. So yeah, this is 100%. I'm pretty sure. I'll just say, for the sake of saying it, 100% Sunfire right here. So that's pretty cool. Aegon the Sunfire the Golden, as they call it. Fun fact here: when Aegon becomes the illegitimate king, in my opinion, on the Greens, he actually takes his own sigil after he gets Sunfire and uses a gold Targaryen sigil. And so they name him Sunfire the Golden. So this will be Aegon's dragon. All right, so we have the same shot here. Won't really talk about this. I can't really tell. This is somewhere on, obviously, probably in the depths or the Dragon Mount above Dragonstone, probably when Daemon's going to get the egg. Could be one of the wild dragons. It could be Grey Ghost. He was a wild dragon. It could be Sheepstealer before Nettles comes along later. Sheepstealer was still a wild dragon, so we don't really know who this is. This is the one we saw in the original teaser. There are a few wild dragons that were never ridden, and then some were ridden later when they needed more dragon riders for the actual war. Raheem seems a wolf dragon like Caraxes. Yeah, it's just hard to tell, and I can't really see the color. Nat, what are you talking about? I missed your favorite dragon. I did. How did I miss your favorite dragon? If you then will spell it, I think the Targaryen way. Yeah, there's a lot of Ys. The Valyrian way. Yeah. So yeah, the same one we saw before, same shot. Daemon probably going to get the eggs underneath Dragonstone, whatever. So we saw that before. Daemon again on the Stepstones. Just a couple of shots here of the war, just people rushing. Now you saw that, the trailers and teasers. This is the first shot of Caraxes here burning somebody, though, during the war for the Stepstones, because there's a couple of the shots here. This is pretty cool. You see the oops, and this dude is just gone. And then you see a shot of right after that, I believe there's another shot right after this one where Daemon's on there. So this is, you can see the neck here. You can't see it really good, but you can see how long this neck is here. You can't really see his back legs, but this long neck is Caraxes. So this is the first shot of him burning somebody alive, this dude's instantly incinerated. So, yeah, that was definitely Sunfire, Raheem, for sure. That was Aegon the Second's dragon. So cool shit here. We're going to see some dragons tearing shit up, man. Which is why they included the Stepstones, right? Next shot we had the Small Council. We had seen some of this before. I'm trying to see. It's hard to tell. You have Sir Otto Hightower, and he talks about, nobody here. No man can resist ultimate power. He's going to be a bastard in this show. Let me just say that up front. Jon Snow, what will be the highlight of the season? Man, I don't know. Because even book readers just don't know all the details. So I can't really say what will be a highlight. Depends on what you like. If you like the dragon stuff, I mean, it's going to be the War for the Stepstones. You're going to see some dragons, like we saw in some of these shots, burning some shit up, and the war stuff, the action sequences, all that. But it depends on what you like, man. Because there's not going to be a Targaryen, like, this is the build-up, right? This is the build-up. The seed was laid back in Jaehaerys' time. The seeds were laid for all this, and this is going to be the build-up. So season 1, we won't see the actual Targaryen's civil war start till the very end. Maybe we might see a shot near Storm's End. I won't say any. I won't spoil anything, but maybe first blood near Storm's End is all I'll say. So maybe we get that at the end of the season, but the dance won't start till at least season 2 sometime. So yeah, Small Council with their little things. I guess they're I'm in, councils in session type things. The little Dragon Balls. Randy, yes, these are all season 1. They haven't filmed season 2. It's not even actually been approved yet. They have scripts, but I'm imagining Sunday night the numbers will come in and it'll be outstanding, I'm sure, in almost every way. And I'm sure like Tuesday they'll announce that season 2 is a full go, the full series. So yeah, we don't have any. This is all season 1. Raheem, I mean, Sunfire face was like the wolf skull used for Karak. Oh, I got you. Yeah. I got you, Raheem. Musey, Chris, do you think people are going to understand why this war is just? No, I do. I think the younger versions of everything really will set that up. You'll see the relationship between Alicent and Rhaenyra really build, and you'll see how close they are. You'll get the precedent of 101 AC, the Council of 101, of the whole thing with Rhaenys being passed over during that time period as well, and then her children. Because she's a female, and Jaehaerys let the council decide. They voted for Viserys, but before that, Rhaenys was passed over again, and her kids, but previously by Jaehaerys. So you'll see all that stuff, that precedent being set up, and then when Alicent has the chance to let, and then again, this is my opinion, but essentially this is what happens. When Alicent has the chance to let a woman take the Iron Throne like she was promised, because Rhaenyra was named the heir, Alicent herself, being a woman, decides, I don't know, maybe my son be a better choice, because power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So that's another aspect of this as well, is there's a chance here, if she wouldn't have, if they were just going along with the plan, there would have been a queen. There is, without spoiling anything, there will be a queen for a little short period of time, but that's later on. Becky, the cannibal, is really just Jack and Agar. Could be. Caro, what's up, Caro? Will we see the White Walkers and the Night King? How soon will that happen? No, we won't see them, but we probably will hear about them. We don't see the White Walkers until Game of Thrones, like we saw. And before that, it's been 10,000, 5 to 10,000 years or whatever the time. The timeline's really shaky. It's not really clear. All right. Let's move on and finish this up. Small Council, and that's when he says the line, about power. Then we see another shot. This is why I say it's Caraxes. You see the long neck here. You see Daemon in his armor. Clearly, this is Daemon Caraxes with his burning this same dude. This dude is incinerated, so at least it's a quick death. So this is going to be cool. You're going to see a lot of Caraxes. This is the funeral here. I'm not sure what time period this would be. I can't really tell if this is Ama and Viserys, I believe. So I don't know what funeral this would be. This is what I believe we saw that earlier in another teaser where young Rhaenyra lights this pyre with Syrax, I believe. So I'm not sure whose funeral this is, but I believe that's a funeral pyre. We saw that previously. This will be Rhaenyra here on Syrax right here. She'll dive down, I believe, the same shot and do the flyby on Dragonstone where Daemon's trying to, I believe that's it, where Daemon is trying to, let's see if we can get a clearer shot there. Nope. But she's the one who 100% does the flyby. So you see where Daemon pulls his sword out, taking the dragon egg with Mysaria, his lover at the time, trying to send a dragon egg with her across the Narrow Sea. Rhaenyra will be the one that does the flyby over Sir Otto Hightower's head. So Rhaenyra is going to be a feisty. We're going to see a lot of her as well, even younger Rhaenyra riding Syrax. And I believe that is it. I believe that was all we got. I don't think there was anything else after. No post credits type of shot. So every shot, man, really looks good. I'm so excited for this show, man. It's been a long time coming, and let me see, where do we have? I think Vagar again was. I can't remember exactly where it was in the trailer. I had it. There we go. But look at this giant motherfucker here, man. This show, I'm telling you right now, is going to be outstanding. I mean, some are already predicting it like it'll be better than Game of Thrones in the sense of the story, but because we know how this ends, we have completed book. This story, the book is complete, even though volume 2 is coming out, but that's a different time period. So it was pretty wild. Yeah, Jared, exactly. Thank you, Jared. What's up, man? Pretty wild. They released a trailer this much, never footage in it. This close to the premiere, pulling out all the stops. Yeah, they are really pumping it, and I didn't expect this either because we got literally 3 days. Flyby, motherfucker. Yeah, we're going to see some flybys for sure, Doc. But yeah, I didn't expect this. Irie fan, they said that Val Kilmer will be in the new Willow. So crazy what happened to him, one of the greatest actors. Yeah, it was sad. We watched that Val documentary last year in the mountains, and it was sad, man. And Top Gun, by the way, if you hadn't seen Top Gun, if you're an old school Gen Xer or whatever, and you loved Top Gun when you were younger, Top Gun 2 is one of the best sequels ever made, and Val's in that, man. It's really sad. But Top Gun, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot that Top Gun is one of the best sequels ever made. Jon Snow, A Dance of Dragons is my favorite story in this universe. You talking about the book A Dance of Dragons, or you're saying The Dance of the Dragons? This story, I'm not sure which one you mean. If you say A Dance, that's a book. If you say The Dance, it's this story in Fire and Blood. You gotta be careful. A lot of things that were similar. Tim F. Seen it thrice. Maverick, yeah. Maverick's outstanding. It really is. All right, let's see. So there's your teaser, broken down. Let's see what we're going here. We've been going for what? I don't even know. I can't even see my timer. Where's my timer? Yeah. But I didn't want to. I was going to do just a quick little video and kind of break it down, but I decided let's go live. What the hell, during the day. We have never streamed this time at all, so I know it was unexpected. But anyway, we'll get out of here in just a couple minutes. Any last little questions about the teaser? Any little shots that I missed, or I could have missed something for sure? Mindy, hello, Mindy. Yeah, we're first time ever streaming during the day, I think, Mindy, on this channel, other than other than, I don't know, maybe some old gaming stuff on the other channel, but 90 minutes, yeah. So I want to keep it fairly short. I know because we'll be back this Sunday. Before we get out of here, though, I didn't see all your answers. I saw a couple. Do people interested in doing a watch party? Like if it would literally be me sitting here with a camera on, just watching it right here through headphones. I couldn't play the thing, obviously. I couldn't let any audio come through, but we'd have the chat up. I'd have a little timer in the corner, and we could just watch it together, and then we would jump over to a new stream that I'd already have set up and all that for the post show stream and all that, which would start at the regular time. So, Blub, so far 3 to 4 for this story. They may do 3 or 4 for this story. They'll finish it up, and then we will probably jump back or forward in time and continue calling it House of the Dragon. But it will be for like Aegon's conquest, or maybe even later, maybe Aegon the Fifth Targaryen and all that. So that's what they're saying so far. Sylvia, hello Sylvia. I don't, because Geek. I don't know. I don't think she's doing YouTube anymore, so I don't know. I don't think she is. She hadn't for a long time. She's going to school and stuff, so I think she's done for now. But I don't know. Yvette, looks like New Zealand won't get to see the series at the same time as you guys. We have to wait 5 more hours. Oh, that sucks, Yvette. Why not, man? Why are they doing? I guess it's got to be difficult for like worldwide releases at the same time. So, yeah, same here, Edgar. Edgar Dominguez. Yeah, man, I'm really excited about it. I didn't think I would be when Game of Thrones broke my heart. It fucked me up for a while because of this whole channel situation and all that. But, man, this looks so cool. I'm really excited to get back into Game of Thrones again, this world of Westeros. And the more and more I see, the show looks better and better. It's going to be outstanding. It really is. This is a great story. It's a tragic story. You gotta remember that, too. This is not going to be like Game of Thrones. It's not going to be a happy ending. It's going to be cool to see House Targaryen at the pinnacle of their power. 17 dragons in the show. I think there are like 22 altogether at this time period. And it's just going to be cool to see that. But then, they start power corrupts, and that's what happens here. And that's it's going to be a tragic thing, honestly. So it's not like it's going to be happy, but we gotta see it. Christian Cruz, what's up, man? Explaining HBO WB Connect. Yeah, no, HBO reached out, WB, and it's more like an affiliate type of thing, but they kind of a partner, and so that link up top, the pinned one, is where you can buy official House of the Dragon stuff. So they're sending me like a shirt and a mug or whatever, a couple things. Basically for me to promote their store, essentially, but it's the official good stuff. It's not some rip-off shit. So that link will take you, it's like an affiliate type thing, to the WBshop.com, and will take you to there. Click on House of the Dragon up, because it takes you to their just generic sale page. But you click House of the Dragon up top there, and then all the new stuff's out. They got pops on there. They have T-shirts and mugs and all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool stuff. I've taken a look, and I picked out a shirt and a mug or whatever. So just kind of a partnership thing. I'm not getting paid directly. It's all based off clicks, and if you buy a T-shirt or a mug or a pop or whatever. So it's not some big sponsorship type thing. But it's cool because for the official people to reach out, you know what I'm saying. Sipe, greetings from the Netherlands. Good times are upon us. Can't wait. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Very cool. Welcome in. But any final questions? We'll get out of here and let you guys go back. I know it was it's already 7, and I will set up the live stream. I'll go ahead and get that set up probably later tonight, if not tomorrow, for the post show. And then if I think we should try the watch party and see what happens, and if it don't go well, we won't do it again, but we'll still stream after. So we'll make that separate stream. So that way I'll have the link for the post show thing. So we can watch watch together, and then jump over to the new link and do the post-show live stream as we usually do. And hopefully we can build back up the audience, and episode 10, which will be obviously later in the year, we'll do another St. Jude charity stream. So that would be cool. Natalie, do a Riddick cam with the timer. I could do that. I could just put the thing on Riddick, I guess, but he moves around too much, man. Jon Snow, how many places could we see in season 1? Storm's End? Yeah, we'll definitely see Storm's End near the end of the season at least. We'll see the Riverlands. We'll see Harrenhal, the Riverlands specifically. Some of those places, but the majority would be King's Landing, Dragonstone, and a lot more Driftmark. We're going to see Driftmark and Detail. But we will see some other places, but more than, we'll see probably Winterfell. That'll be later. We may see at the end of the season, maybe. I don't know how far they're going before they get to the actual war. But definitely going to see Storm's End this time. Storm's End would be more than likely near the end of the season. So that's what I was saying earlier, again, without any spoilers. That may be the first blood. First blood, and then I won't say any more to avoid any spoilers. Sipe, thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Post 1 o'clock here. Yeah, I know. It's just all weird with the time zones, man. But yeah, so we'll be back Sunday for the post show. Obviously, that'll be about 10:15 or so Eastern Standard Time. That's when it comes out here. It's 9 Eastern Standard Time. If we do the watch party, which I'm guessing we probably will at least try it, then that will obviously be at 9 o'clock on the dot. We'll start like 15 minutes early, get everybody piled in, and again, I'll just put a timer up on the screen, and we'll have the chat going, but it'll mostly be focused on actually watching the show, and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of reaction in there to stuff, so that'll be cool. So we'll try that out. That'll be a separate live stream, and then we'll have the link already to the post-show live stream. We'll just jump right over after that. So hope you guys can join. I really appreciate it. Thank you again, Site, for subscribing. Thank you to Jon Snow for the super chat, Master Sith for the super chat, Lady Jen for being a channel member as well. And Lady Jen figured out you get like a free super chat every month with being a channel member. Jimmy Bones for the super chat as well. D Styles for subscribing, and Evil Villain for becoming a member, and Evil Villain for dropping 20 channel memberships. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. It really helps. That'll actually probably unlock a few more emojis, so maybe I can get some different emojis done. Maybe, I don't know. We'll think of maybe some different dragons or some different characters, or maybe we'll mix it up. So I'll go look now after we get off here and see how many more emoji slots we have. So thanks everybody. Yes, there you go, Randy. See you all Sunday, and bring a friend. Yes, do it. We'll see you guys Sunday for House of the Dragon. Really appreciate all you guys hanging out. Thanks for watching. See you Sunday for episode 1, finally here after 3 years of House of the Dragon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.